Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Elevated Exchange. Conversations for the free, the fly, and the fearless. I'm Kaleena,
And I'm Hawa.
and we are talking all things elevated, all things thought provoking, and all things transformational with an exquisitely grand vibe.
I love that with an exquisitely grand vibe.
It's totally us.
Everybody knows me, knows that I love free spaces. I always say this is a free space. Well, this right here, the Elevated Exchange, is a free space where our meaningful conversations ignite new perspectives. We basically took our deep conversations that we have on the phone
Yes,
and brought it to this podcast platform.
off the
Both
chat.
of us off the chat, right? Both of us have come from leading teaching spaces. We've been
Mhm.
under great teaching. We love a great teaching, but
Yes, we do.
this right here, this ain't that. We're not
Mm-mm.
here to teach.
Nope.
We're here to provoke thought, challenge internal assumptions, and plant seeds of transformation. Through our deep discussions on personal growth, free elevated thinking, spirituality, and purposeful living, we invite not only ourselves, but we're inviting you, our audience, to explore new ways of thinking and
Yes.
explore new ways of actually being.
Yeah.
This isn't just a conversation. We say it's an exchange that elevates.
Elevates. Yes. So whether you're navigating transformation or if you're seeking alignment in your life or just craving conversations that nourish your journey, this is where your evolution begins. We can tell you transformation happens here and where we hope your elevation will take place as well. So, who are we and how did we get here?
I love that. Who are we? And how did we get here?
Yeah.
Every journey has a beginning. So, who am I? I'm Hawa, daughter of Patrick Jusu and Esther Soa, originally from Sierra Leone, West Africa, of the Mende tribe by way of Southwest Philadelphia.
Come
I
on.
am married to an amazing king for the past 15 years, and he's
Yes.
recently discovered that his maternal line stems from the Royal Balante
Yes.
Brahmi tribe of Guinea-Bissau. I'm also the mother of an 11-year-old performing artist, Supernova,
Yeah.
and bonus mother to a 31-year-old son who is a sergeant in the U.S. military. I'm also a Mimi to a 5-year-old protector. I'm the second oldest sister in a tribe of 5 siblings. I am a high vibe curator,
Yes, you
founder
are.
of various melanated collectives. I'm a co-chair of a movement that honors our melanated pillars. I'm a healer by profession and by spirit.
Yes.
Y'all, I'm a queen mother
Yes,
of
you
a
are.
village of warrior brothers and sisters, and I am fully clothed in wisdom, ancestral guidance, divine protection, communal support, fruitful. I'm going to say that again.
Fruitful.
Fruitful experience,
Yes.
higher conscious thinking, and deep spirituality. I am a being who was, who is, and who is to come. And this self awareness for me is the bedrock of my continual transformation and evolution.
Oh, we love it. We
Snap,
love
snap,
it.
snap, snap on that.
Snap, snap, hashtag what she said. Well, I am Kalina Andrea. I am a dual product of Camden, New Jersey, and so all my Camden people say CMD, but
CMD.
also of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Uh, now, I just recently learned my maternal line hails from the beautiful royal Tikar people of Cameroon, the Cameroonian grasslands. So excited to know this heritage. I am the daughter of Patricia and Jake. I am a future wife of an honored king,
Say that.
mother to a galactic tribe, two amazing sons, a daughter in love, my royal princess Nova, Miss Harmony. Okay, she runs the whole house. And I am a Nima to a born superstar. Absolutely love him. I'm a sister to four siblings, an auntie to two generations, and I'm a lover of the melanated village. I'm a counselor and protector, project manager by trade, founder of a movement that honors our diasporan men. We're just returning to a culture of honor with them, creator of healing spaces, and I am the champion of doing your own work. If you know me, you have heard me say this: do your work.
Do your work.
Do your work, please. I am known as the Phoenix. Like, I consistently have risen from the ashes and into the light. And I always came up with a higher and a deeper understanding of things and of myself and of the world. I'm grand and majestic in real life and spirit. I value the knowledge of self, science, and spirit. I write with an elegant pen. I aim to captivate with my spoken word. I empower through counseling. I speak and seek the bare truth. And I definitely am going to be laughing the loudest.
I mean, can we snap on that?
Snap
Take a
on.
moment to snap. Come on and
Yes.
grandstand on them,
Grandstand.
sister.
Yes. Thank you, my
Yes.
exquisite sister. Everything you do is exquisite, and who you are is exquisite. I have had front row seat to the exquisite behaviors, mindset, thought set of you and how you get down. And that fruitful part is real. Basket full of fruit. So thank you.
Oh, we always going to stand up and stand and celebrate one another. And I
Yes,
am
we
just
do.
a recipient of all of your grandstanding, and I am honored and
Thank you,
grateful
Nola.
to just be in this space with you and just
Same.
to continue to move forward. So how did we get here?
How
Right?
did we get here? Yeah.
I just believe and know that every transformation, including evolution, starts with
Hmm.
self-awareness,
Hmm.
right? To be
Yeah.
fully aware of self.
Yep.
And for me, self-awareness is the conscious recognition and acknowledgement of what is happening within me
Yeah.
and around me.
Right.
So it's the conscious recognition and acknowledgement of what is happening within you and around you, and approaching this without judgment,
Yeah.
without distraction, without illusion, and without denial. So
Yeah.
to completely look at myself
Yeah.
without any filter and not judge it,
Yeah.
not distract it, and not have an illusion
Right.
and not deny, but to be fully
Yeah.
aware of myself.
Yeah.
And so self-awareness means that I personally observe my thoughts and my
Hmm.
emotions as they arrive. I observe my patterns, my behaviors, my reactions.
Yeah.
I also observe the energy and the dynamics and impact that my internal environment has on everything and everyone around me.
Right.
To
Right.
think that my energy,
Hmm.
my dynamics, and my impact
Yeah.
can have
That's good.
on not only my internal environment, but how that affects everything and everyone around me without judgment, denial, or filter.
Absolutely.
It's the first step that I've taken to change, to literally become an entirely new being,
Yeah.
because I can't shift what I'm not willing or unable to see about myself. And so
Say that.
I'll say that for the audience, you cannot shift what you are unwilling or unable to see about yourself. Have you observed your thoughts,
Right.
your emotions as they arise? Have you observed your patterns, your behaviors, and your reactions
Yeah.
as they arise? Have you observed your energy, your dynamics, and the impact that your internal environment has? Your internal environment
Yes.
does have an impact on everything and everyone around you.
Yes.
That
Yes,
is
it
the
does.
first step.
Please
If
know
you are
this.
seeking change, if you are seeking
Please.
transformation, if you are seeking just evolution,
Yeah.
because you really can't shift what you are unwilling and unable to see about yourself.
My,
First step.
say that first step. First step. I love the unwilling and the unable, right? So it's like it's you can be willing, but sometimes you need to get that help so that you are able, you can get some type of, assistance with that sometimes. So don't forget that part. You
Right.
know, love that. Absolutely the first step, and I love that because I love self-awareness. I
Mhm.
I love the look in the mirror, right? Because self-awareness is also an external evaluation. We don't live on an island by
Right.
ourselves. We are
Right.
very habitual communal beings. We are attached to someone, something, some space, some place, some environment. So that is being self-aware is as well. It's the ability to see yourself in the mirror through
Mm.
various vantage points and perspectives. And I love to talk about this where it's not just the way you see things. Understand that there's different vantage points for you to look at life and look at yourself, and there
Right.
are different perspectives. And so always be open to that. How do you show up to others?
Mm.
You know,
Oh,
are
say.
are you aware of the perspectives, the perceptions, and the narratives that exist concerning you, particularly your own? And that's a practice that I do for myself. I
Yeah.
try to stand in other people's shoes to see how do they experience me? What
Mm.
what do they see? What do they hear? What is the narrative? If they had to write a story about me, what would it be? And
Mm.
so that's another thought provoking. What would people write about you? What would they have to say? And you really need to be self-aware. You need to understand your own narrative about yourself. What do you say,
Oh.
about you?
Mm.
And will others agree with this narrative? What's the
Oh, say.
consensus? Okay. I'm a scientist, so I love research and experiment. Like, what does other people narratives? How does that look at toward mine? And it's not about comparison or even contrast. I want to say that self awareness actually pushes you into the truest space of acceptance, exposure, and revelation of your own truth, where nothing, like you said, no filters, no denial, no illusions. What is your truth? What is your narrative? And that is part of self awareness as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That statement that you just made about um understanding our own narratives.
Yeah.
The
Mm-hmm.
question that you had, what is your narrative
Mm-hmm.
and what do you say about you?
Yeah.
And will others agree?
Yeah.
Because we can grandstand,
Yeah.
right? Like the best of us,
Say it.
right? We can pick out all the um
Mm-hmm.
the positives and
Yeah, that's
all
good.
the highly elevated parts of ourselves.
Yeah.
Um, but will others agree?
Well, other
Right?
people agree is the question, you
How
know?
am I showing up?
Yeah.
What do I really say about myself?
Yeah, what's the true exposure of you, right? No masks, no, illusion. I love that about, like, what is the bare bones truth about who you are and how you're showing up in the world?
The bare bones truth.
Yeah.
And that causes, me, I love being in a space of my own healing,
Yeah.
being able to shine the light on myself.
Yes.
Because I'm
Yes.
really good about, and I could say that we are all good about being able to shine the light on others, right?
Yes.
And be able to discern others. But I've recently come
Yeah.
into the understanding that discernment, that gift of discernment, that gift
Yes.
of being very intuitive has
Hmm.
to be first used on me.
Period. You say that
I
all
use
the time.
my gifts on me. I cannot discern you better than I can discern myself,
Say
right?
that.
Yeah, I can pick out the things that are right with you
Right.
and also the things that are not so right
Yeah.
easily. But can
Yeah.
I do the same thing with myself?
Yep.
Am I able to pick out those things that are in alignment with myself and
Yes.
also those things that are out of alignment
Yeah.
within myself? Those things that I know are just not right, just not in alignment.
Right.
Am I easily able to discern myself? A sacred text comes to my mind
Okay.
that
Yeah.
always has, in my journey and in my spirituality, has always caused me to go within
Yeah.
and to shine a light on my own self.
Okay.
It's coming out of scripture. It says, "Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention
Yes.
to
So
the plank
plank.
that is in your own eye?"
Well, four by four.
4x4 plank that is in your own eye. How can you say to your brother
Yeah.
or sister,
Yeah.
"Let me take the speck that's in your eye," when all the time there is a huge 4x4 plank
Yeah.
in your own eye?
Yeah.
The sacred text says a narrative. It says, "You
It
hypocrite,
says you hip. That's what it does say that.
first take the plank out of your own eye, and then
Yeah.
you will clearly see
Yeah.
to be able to remove the speck from your brother or sister's eye."
Yeah.
Take the plank out of your own eye, go within
Yeah.
and look at yourself first.
Yes.
Then you will be able to clearly see yourself
Yeah.
and then clearly see what's around you. It begins first with looking at yourself,
Yep.
seeing yourself unfiltered, without judgment, without distraction, without
Yes.
illusion, without
Yes.
any other alluded narrative, but with the
Love
truth.
that.
This is truly where, transformation, healing, higher alignment, and evolution truly begin. To
Yes.
having the
Yes.
ability to go within and really see yourself, discern yourself,
Yeah.
use that gift of discernment, that
Mhm.
gift of intuition, and
Yes.
now shine the light on yourself. And it's actually the soul's invitation
Yes.
for you to
About
wake
that.
up to the truth of who you really are.
Yes.
Don't deny it. Don't judge it. Don't avoid it.
Come on.
Don't make excuses for it. Take responsibility for the truth of who you are.
Yes. Who you really are. I love all of that. I particularly love, the sacred text. I've always loved that. And it's always been, I've been really good at that. I have tried to, and I have found, right, that other people, when, I would try and aid in that, they're like, well, what
Mhm.
about what's in your eye? And I'm like, I'm constantly looking at my eye, and I am open to someone
Mhm.
else telling me what's in my eye too. Because
Right.
doing that introspection is so key to transformation, like you said.
Yeah.
And you brought up one of my favorite things, which is personal responsibility. It is a personal creed for me. I'm really good at, whenever an issue arises, to look at my personal responsibility in that issue. It really doesn't matter who wins the blame game. We spend a lot
Yeah.
of time trying to figure out who did what, when, how, who started, who finished. And it really doesn't matter who wins that game. When something occurs 95% of the time, I have found I played a part in the outcome. It's not the easiest place for me to come to, because it requires constant humility to
Mm-hmm.
really look at the part that I played. But why I appreciate it is because it becomes easier to do it each time. And I have found I can correct something that I admit and I
Mm-hmm.
accept that I've played a part in. I can quickly correct it. So the faster I find out my part, the faster I can,
Yep.
take that part
Yep.
and flip it, dip it, apologize, make amends, whatever I got to do to get into alignment, which is a word you're going to hear us use a lot. How is one of Howard's words.
Yep.
And it's course correction all the time, where and this is part of that. Humility is a big part of it, to look at it and say, what part did I play? And again, back to doing the research. What are my patterns? The research, will show me what my patterns of thought were, how my
Yep.
emotions were coming out, how did they arise, what reactions did I have? Did I overreact? Am I underreacting? What way did I contribute to whatever the issue is? Maybe it's the breakdown of a relationship. Maybe the dynamics have become unhealthy. Maybe the
Mm-hmm.
boundaries aren't right. What were the rules of engagement? Like, did I
Mm-hmm.
understand how this thing was supposed to go or not? Did I have unmet or unrealistic expectations?
Yep.
I played a part in this. Point blank and period. Nobody will win the blame game. And hindsight is always 2020, is always perfect vision. So it's okay to change your mind. It's okay to change the
Yes.
alignment. It's okay to say, you know what, I didn't made a mistake. I'm going to correct
Yes.
it in this moment. And that's why it's one of my favorite creeds. The quicker I can do it, the clear awareness I can gain, I can, quickly correct it. But then I add to the arsenal of knowledge I have of myself. And
Yep.
now I become more self-aware, you know. So I love self-awareness, I love introspection, and that truly is how we became where we are today, and
Yes.
in our continual evolving and our continual transformation.
Wow. And this is how we got here.
Yeah.
I love this space of evolution that we're on and that we're on together. I
Yeah.
love this
Love it.
space that's been created
Yes.
to provoke thought, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
challenge the internal assumptions and even the internal narratives that we
Yeah.
have, and to plant seeds of transformation.
Yeah.
And so, as we close out our first episode,
Woohoo!
we always want to leave you with a thought.
Yeah.
And this thought applies to us as well,
Absolutely.
right? To challenge the assumptions that we have and the plant seeds of transformation for us.
Yeah.
And we leave you with this question:
Yeah.
if you stripped away everything that this society, your family, and religion
Yeah. Religion.
told you to be,
Mhm.
who would you discover underneath it all?
What a question.
If you stripped away everything
Yeah.
that this society, your family, and religion
Yeah.
told you to be, who would you discover underneath it all?
Amazing question.
Remember, this isn't just a conversation or a question, it's an exchange that elevates.
Absolutely. So until next time.